Yay!
This is the final part of our second episode about religion and belief systems.
This part will start with my question on interfaith relationships. Can they or can't they? We'll find out. Okay. I do have a question. So this is a question that has led to me not dating somebody. Interfaith relationships. Do you believe they can happen? Do you believe they can survive? My belief is they will not work.
Yeah.
Not because of interfaith, but because at some point, I believe if I was 50 and made a decision I no longer want to have kids, I can have an interfaith relationship as long as he can respect my faith and I can respect my and he you get it.
Yeah.
Vice versa respect.
Or SBCT.
Yeah, you know? And we're not going to have kids. Does that make sense? Like, there's no kids in the mix.
Yeah.
Because this is where it gets funky.
True.
If
With the
I'm
children.
Christian and the person I want to be with is, let's say, Muslim. If he wants his kid to be Muslim and I want my kid to be Christian, unless we going to do like, you get the first one, I'll get the second one. Unless that's the agreement we come down to, it will hit ahead. It will definitely. And then on top of that, let's say it is. Let's just say we plan to have 2 kids. He gets the first, I get the second. The second one gets all the fun holidays. The first one's sitting there at Christmas like, so I don't get no gifts? No, you don't get no gifts. You ain't Christian. Yeah, you get Ramadan. You get to stay a couple months with no food until after 6. That's what you get. You get what I'm saying? Like, I feel like if you're going to have... Yeah, no alcohol ever. Ever. Watch your brother while you drink. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just feel like it will, if you choose to have kids together, it will come to a head. Yeah. Because how do you raise kids in an interfaith... Yeah, in an interfaith household without offending the other person or without saying the other person's belief is incorrect.
Do you leave it up to the kid?
How?
At birth, we don't believe
at the end of the day,
you're supposed to steer them in the
right way. Yeah, in the right way.
You're supposed to train them up
in the way
to go. So yes,
and so
have a constant competition with this stuff.
Because even if it is,
right. I would give you 5 candies if you go to Sunday school.
Because even if at 18 my child makes a choice, I'm going to become Muslim. That's fine. You're 18. I did my part though. You get what I'm saying? But for me, you can't just say let the child at 1 year old. You're gonna be like, okay, baby, which church you want to go to? Come on, walk to mama. Like you can't. You get what I'm saying? There has to be a cognitive age that you're like at this age they can make a choice. But until that age, you got to show them contrasting faiths and then be like, now pick one at 18. Like I'm gonna be pissed. You better pick Christianity. Come on now. Come on. I raised you. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like it's just constant competition between the husband and the wife in an interfaith relationship. If you choose to have kids, if you choose not to have kids, I think you can.
I believe even when you don't have kids and it's just you and the other person, like it was a battle with us. Like I want to go to church. You can stay home in the bed. Why do you have to go? Those people, you're just gonna come back and you're gonna be all upset and just don't go. So it was an argument even with that. Or if I'm like, something good happened. Oh, God is so good. He's so awesome. God didn't do that. You went out and you did that. But this is why I'm saying the person has to be respectful of your faith. Like, if I say God is good, my person can't be like, bro, I don't know, I ain't no God. Like that's the key. That's the foundation. If you're not going to respect my belief, then yes, but I think you're right. It doesn't matter. Beliefs are always going to come up, even if it's not like malicious. Like, but just joking. This is true. And I'm like, don't joke to me like that. I don't like it. Well, I'm just teasing, like, lighten up. But I don't want to play like that. Don't. Yeah. So I just think, for me, I don't think I could do it. Like, if it's like a huge difference. Like, maybe if I'm Christian and you're like Pentecostal, it's just you're gonna be in church all day and we're gonna be in church half the day. So it's like, but it's kind of like the same. But like for me to link up with a Muslim or an atheist or I don't know, that's gonna be hard. It would be hard for me. I think
we had a difficult conversation a year ago or so, because we were talking about like the future and our future children. And I always find that whenever I speak to Dave about it, because he's such a strong atheist, and he doesn't ever try to change my mind because I am quite agnostic, but even now I'm like, oh, that doesn't make sense. But I remember saying to him, when we have children, I would like them to follow a Christian faith and to be christened as a baby. I think I've changed my mind about the being christened part, although I don't know how I could tell my parents that.
Maybe your pet.
Yeah,
Like, why do you always compare their Christianity? They're both Christians. Jeez.
Different levels to the shit. Which is actually what I was going to say about interfaith relationships. Because I think I've seen a lot of them.
Wait, pause. Yeah. So what was the conclusion, though?
Or
did you guys not reach one yet? I mean, you don't have any yet.
We haven't agreed on anything.
What's Nala?
Oh, yeah.
She's British.
Okay.
Well, I still want my child to grow up as being Christian, just because I think it will set them with really good morals. I'm not gonna force it down their throat and say you should read this, you should read that. And I think I don't know if you changed your mind now, but I remember at the time you being kind of against it.
Okay, I think it's.
I don't think you have to be raised religious to have morals.
Oh no, I completely agree.
I think some of the worst people in history have been raised in a certain religion. No, in different, people have committed atrocities across all religions, across all over the world.
Oh, yeah.
Being raised religious does not. King Henry was the head of the church.
Yeah, he was.
Head of the Church of England.
He became the head of the Church of England.
What a great guy he was. I don't think religion. I don't think there's any correlation between religious belief and morals. Not at all. I think it's about how you're raised, completely.
But I also think that I don't know. Maybe I'll feel differently.
Maybe it's
to say to a child like, oh yeah, so there's a God, and then there's a heaven. If you do good in life, you will be rewarded. I guess you could say that just without there having to be a God. You could just say, if you do good will come to you, like karma, etc. Just that's just installing good morals. You don't need to have a religion to do that, but that's just the way I always saw myself as a parent.
I think a lot about raising kids is, and I think it's been shown in a lot of research. I think it has. That children will generally copy what you do rather than what you say.
Yes,
so
definitely.
I think it's got very little with what you say to them and much more about how you act.
I completely agree with that.
I do. I believe what you're saying. Because you could say, smoking is bad for you. Don't smoke cigarettes, okay? Smoking is so bad for you. As I puff on my cigarette. So I'm going to be like, well, maybe it wasn't so bad. Mom smoked. She lived to be like...
My favourite one about that.
She lived to be like 80, 90, so maybe it wasn't so bad. So I do believe that children go off of what you do.
My favourite one about that is watching two kids fight, and then the mom comes over, slaps them, and goes, "Don't you ever hit him? Don't you ever hit him? What you doing?"
That's so true, though. Yeah.
But then, what about marriage?
What do you mean?
Yeah, so interfaith relationships. I think because I've seen a lot of them work, and I think it's. I think it's either. I don't think it can work with two very devout, but I think also contrasting religions. Yeah. So I think there are a lot of religions. Hinduism is very sort of standoffish. Like you can in Hinduism it's said to respect other religions to the point that you can essentially go along with what their beliefs and things are like. So I think you can almost be Hindu. I mean, my nan, probably not the best. My nan is my grandmother is Hindu, but she's also Christian. She also has a few Sikh
I think I like you guys.
around. She also follows this cult leader in India who was
Okay.
proven.
She made a left turn there.
And then she's also got like a few crystals and things like that because one of my aunties was really.
I like
big
how
into it at
Liebe
one
was
point.
writing it down.
Yeah.
What was it again?
Yeah. Wait.
What?
Oh, wait, what?
So like she kind of
okay.
follows them all, and I think it's because she's got a lot of kids who have all followed different things at points in their lives. So she's just like, yeah, okay,
That sounds
why
good.
not?
Why not?
I'm hedging her bets, I guess.
So do you think
Can't
like,
go
it's
wrong if you believe in all of it.
Like, do you think it's wrong? Like, if you have your religious beliefs, but you find like a natural healing thing, and like, oh yeah, I think you should use this. That doesn't mean that I gave up my Christian beliefs. It's just
Well, so
I incorporated
That into
how do you mean
something
like natural
in.
healing?
Like, cause okay, like the crystal, the stones, the healing stones. I was reading on those, and I believe in them, and I took some home to my family. So is this what you're believing now?
Yeah.
You believe them idols?
You believe in rocks and
My sister did that.
And my brother was like, you better believe in a one true living
Yeah.
God. One true living.
Yeah.
This stone, this is not heal you.
Yeah.
And it's just like I didn't leave my Christian.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
It's just
No, you're
other
Yeah.
medicinal medication. Like
Yeah.
that's all it is. Is that the right word?
Yeah.
So the thing is, like, if God created us and nature, He
Yes.
created vegetables and fruit for us to eat, and He didn't create, what do you call it, Disprin or
Aspirin?
that one.
Disprin, eh?
It's the brand in South Africa. Just
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's why. I'm like, Disprin?
like God didn't actually create that. He created a natural diet for us, and He created weed so that we can smoke it. And some people it helps their bowel movements. Some people it helps them to sleep better. So if you look at crystals, for some people it makes them calm down in a certain way. So for me, like, God created that. So just because you feel like this is helping you with whatever, like, it doesn't mean this is now your idol. You're worshipping that.
Like you're not bowing down the rock. Yes.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
So
Can someone tell me? I have a question. It's in Hindu religion, I believe. The elephant with all the hands.
elephant god, yeah.
Can someone tell me, like, what does that mean?
Dave would be the
I guess
closest.
I'm the most qualified.
And he's
But
not
you're the
even
brownest.
qualified.
I've seen Bollywood, alright, I could also.
Yeah, maybe it's better.
Well
for
done,
maybe
well
Aimen
done.
could take.
I
mean,
think
I
it's a
know the
manifestation
story,
of
but I don't know
Aimen's
why.
So it's a
Well,
god.
So yeah, I mean, like it's sort of like the Greeks sort of the ancient Greek sort of religion. You know, the god of
this sounds very
war,
concrete.
god of this, god of that. You know, it's sort of that system. There are gods of different sorts, and I don't know Ganesh. Do you know what he's god of? I know he was someone's son,
Yeah. Oh, yeah, he was.
Like-
He's that woman's son, who's also a god. Yes.
Krishna.
No.
No?
I don't think he's Krishna's son.
I don't know
Just
who's
throwing out random
Well,
Indian
there's-
names.
there's
Right?
the blue one. Yeah,
I don't think no, that's not his
that's
son.
that is Krishna, right?
Yeah, the blue one is Krishna.
Oh,
but
and
I
it's
don't
not Krishna's son.
Think, I don't think so.
No one
Vishnu is
No one
But
knows
it's a
Vishnu.
god.
Is
I
many
think so.
hands.
I think
Is
so.
the-
is Vishnu
But no one
the
knows
god
them
of-
do.
is
Well,
Ganesh's dad?
They're gonna make guesses
I don't know the
based
family.
off
Don't know the family
Well,
tree,
no,
but basically, Ganesh had a normal head, right?
Yeah.
And then it got cut off, and then
so-
replaced
Elephant
with
head.
elephant head.
Yeah.
Is it like there are lots of different gods, and then there's like three main ones, and then the one on top is called Brahman or something?
Yeah, Brahman's not like a god, really, is it? It's like a sort of a state of being.
But is it
Don't
considered
shoot it.
higher than the other gods?
Yeah. Brahman's like the sort
I've
of
also heard that the
highest
different Hindu
level
gods
of
are just
being.
different manifestations of
Of
God.
Brahman, yeah.
Why do you like it?
Well, yeah, I saw there was one article that I read once. It was called like Hinduism, 2 trillion gods.
Okay.
And I'm sure I don't know what type of Hinduism or what sect or whatever, but it was saying basically there's a god for every single
Type
atom
of
in
thing,
the
yeah.
universe or
Yeah,
whatever, and like
yeah.
every action that you could take, there's a god for that and
Yeah.
whatever. So yeah,
Yeah.
I just I feel like
What is this?
my list of things that I could say.
Okay.
For the
I was
viewer-
going to keep one of those.
for the
but
listeners
I-
at home,
I
man.
couldn't go to-
I've been writing some things. No, I just like because on that vein, like in having 2 million gods or having one god with a book of all different things, I feel like every single religion is a reflection of